Oh, Russell Laffite. Russell Lucius Laffite. Sir, WTF. He's been granted a new trial on appeal. We're going to go through the appellate ruling and what the judge did not do, and why he's getting a new trial. Russell Laffite was one of the bankers that was working with Alec Murdaugh to help him steal from his client. He had gone to trial before Murdaugh's murder trial in federal court, and in federal court, he was convicted, he was sentenced, he appealed, and that appeal was granted based on stuff that happened with the jurors. So we're going to go through, this is a 37-page appeal. We'll go through a lot of the facts, not as much of the legal standing. We can go through the legal standing later, but he has been granted a new trial. I don't know if Murdaugh's going to get a new trial as well. We haven't seen a lot of movement there, but remember, that is still pending as to Murdaugh as well, as to whether or not Courthouse Becky's dumb fuckery is going to cause a new trial in the Murdaugh murder trial. So what happens now? Mr. Laffite goes back to the district court and they set a date for new trial, or they try to work out some type of a deal. I think this case, if it goes to retrial, is not going to get better for Laffite now that Murdaugh can testify, because Murdaugh doesn't have any appellate rights as to this chain of events. So if Laffite goes back to trial, Murdaugh will, by all accounts, be a witness, because part of his plea deal is that he testifies truthfully in any court proceeding. I think when Murdaugh testifies, there's not much he can do to get around what he and Laffite did, because he admitted it so clearly in both the murder case and in some of his factual bases in pleas in other courts. So I think Laffite gets a new trial, yes. The court should have let everybody have a break for the night, yes. But I don't think it necessarily gets better for him. I don't think he escapes conviction on these counts. And I think it's just a longer road to him being convicted again, and maybe closer to him being done with his 84-month sentence, because he's spending that time back in trial again. So Russell Lucius Laffite gets a new trial because the court removed an alternate without giving the defense an opportunity to object, without the defendant present, and because that juror felt pressure based on the fact that they disagreed with other jurors. That was a violation of his right to an impartial jury, among other constitutional rights. So he will get a new trial, but his sentence is vacated. So whether or not they will hold him in custody, they will be able to have another bond hearing. He was out of custody for the first trial. So they will be able to remand him back to the court and have another bond hearing to see if he will be granted bond or not. Because again, his sentence is vacated. So he can't be held in prison on the 84-month sentence. So it's very possible that he will get out of custody pending the new trial and then have to go back in if he is sentenced, convicted and sentenced again. So it is reasonable that he will end up out of custody in short order. If you are interested in me following along with the retrial of Russell Laffite, I will keep you up to speed in the quick bits on that. And then if we need to cover it more, we will. But this will go back to trial in federal court in South Carolina. There will be no television coverage. There will be no audio coverage. There will be those in court reporting. Mandy Matney had done that quite a lot in the first trial. So we will see. So still no cameras, but I will keep you in the loop of when that is going to trial so that we have an eye on it. That's what the quick bits are for. For deep dives into the stories that I covered here, you can find them on my YouTube channel at The Emily D. Baker and The Emily Show podcast. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday. The podcast goes live on Wednesdays. And if you want to stay in the loop with everything I'm doing, receive the fastest notifications out there, and get more Law Nerd community, join me at lawnerdapp.com, our free app for iOS and Android.